Alex had always been full of ambition and fire. He was determined to make it big, to escape the quiet, uneventful life that everyone around him seemed content with. But now, after years of trying and failing, he felt lost. Sitting beside him was his 75-year-old grandfather, Grandpa Joe, who had lived through many struggles but always carried a calm resilience that Alex admired. "What's on your mind, Alex?" Grandpa Joe asked. Alex sighed. "I don't know, Grandpa Joe. I feel stuck. Everything I've tried has failed. I thought I'd have it all figured out by now, but all I've got is a pile of disappointments." Grandpa Joe looked at him thoughtfully. "When I was your age, I felt the same way. Life doesn't always go as planned, but that doesn't mean you're out of options." "It's different now," Alex replied. "No matter how hard I try, it's never enough." Grandpa Joe smiled gently. "Let me tell you a story about someone who felt just like you do now. Many years ago, there was an old farmer named Karim who took great pride in his farm. He grew the best crops in the village and his whole life revolved around that farm. But one year, a terrible flood hit, washing away everything. Karim's farm, which he had worked on for decades, was destroyed. People told him to leave and start over somewhere else, but Karim couldn't walk away from his life's dream. What did he do? Alex asked, intrigued. Instead of leaving, Karim stayed. He started picking up the pieces, working day and night. People thought he was crazy. Why waste time on a ruined farm? But Karim wasn't just rebuilding a farm. He was rebuilding his hope. Slowly, his farm began to flourish again, becoming the pride of the village once more. Alex nodded, feeling the weight of the story. "He really did all that?" Grandpa Joe nodded. "He did. Karim used to say, 'Hope is never out, no matter how high the waters rise.'" Alex sat quietly, absorbing the story. His life felt like it had been hit by a flood, one that had washed away his confidence and dreams. But maybe, like Karim, he wasn't out of options. Maybe, instead of giving up, he just needed to find a new way forward. "I've been seeing my failures as the end," Alex said finally. "But maybe they're just part of the process." Grandpa Joe patted Alex's hand gently. "Failures are lessons. Every setback is an opportunity to learn and come back stronger. Hope is never out unless you decide it is." Determined to change, Alex decided to take on a challenge he had been too afraid to pursue, launching his own food brand. He loved experimenting with local ingredients and flavors, hoping to bring something fresh to the market. He had tried to start a business before but had faced setbacks, failed pitches, rejected loans, and unsuccessful trials. However, inspired by Grandpa Joe's story, he realized it was time to try again. Alex began by creating a line of unique, ready-to-eat meals inspired by traditional recipes but with a modern twist. He wanted his brand to stand out by using high-quality, organic ingredients from local farmers. He spent weeks perfecting his recipes, working tirelessly in his small kitchen. Initially, Alex struggled to get his products into stores, so he started selling his food at a small market stall. He handed out samples, talked to customers, and listened to their feedback. Slowly, word began to spread, and demand started to grow. Seeing the positive response, Alex applied to showcase his products at a regional food expo, a big event that attracted major buyers. He invested his savings into branding, packaging, and a professional display. Despite feeling intimidated by the polished setups of established brands, Alex passionately presented his story and food to every visitor. By the end of the day, he secured deals with several grocery chains who wanted to carry his products. Months passed and Alex's brand, purely local, began to grow. He expanded his product line, hired a small team, and set up a local kitchen to keep up with demand. The brand became known for its quality, fresh ingredients, and delicious meals that stood out in the market. Soon, a major supermarket chain approached Alex, offering a national distribution deal that would place his products in stores across the country. Alex thought back to the days of doubt and countless failures, but he had kept going, rebuilding his hope with every step. One evening, Alex stood at a new production facility, watching as workers packaged the latest batch of purely local meals, ready to be shipped nationwide. It was a surreal moment, seeing his dream unfold on such a large scale. As he left the facility, he met Grandpa Joe outside, waiting with a proud smile. "You've done it, Alex," Grandpa Joe said. "You turned your idea into something that's reaching people everywhere. I always knew you had it in you." Alex smiled, feeling a mix of gratitude and pride. "I finally understand what you meant when you said hope is never out." Grandpa Joe nodded. "You've shown that as long as you keep believing in yourself, you can overcome anything." Alex looked around, feeling the weight of his journey and the endless possibilities ahead. He knew that his success wasn't just about the brand he had built, it was about the resilience he had discovered within himself. He had learned that life's challenges were not roadblocks but stepping stones, guiding him toward something greater.